mark. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is TotalBiscuit. I'm here to ask and answer one simple question. WTF is Incredipede. This is a game by Colin and Sarah Northway with art by Thomas Shahan. So I guess it's just a 3-man development for this one. And this is an indie physics-based puzzle game. Yay! Another indie physics-based puzzle game. It just seems to be the way of things, doesn't it? That's the theme, I think, for 2012 indies. Very much physics-based puzzles. But this one's quite interesting, especially in the manner in which it is presented. As you can see, the art style is really quite strange. So let's go into it and see what it's all about. This is a game about basically getting to the end of the level and doing so by walking, which is a little bit tricky considering that on certain levels you don't really have legs. So figuring that out is challenging, to say the least. Options menu, as you can see right here. It is there. You can do full screen, non-full screen. No resolution options, although with the window I believe it is possible to resize it, so I guess it's not that big a deal as long as you can resize the levels. There is also a level editor, and you have the ability to browse user-made content. So let's have a look and see what's actually available here. These are various different kinds of creatures. There are 16 pages of it, and I can show you one of them, for instance. Let's have a look at So Painful, shall we? See what that's all about. And, oh, it's got 6 legs and 4 muscles. Alright, let's watch it. Okay. The question is, can he actually get up there? I'll be very impressed. So, as you can see, the point is to traverse the level and get to the end of it, which is represented by that yellow beam there. If he actually gets up there, that would actually be pretty impressive. Now, you do it by manipulating the limbs on your Incredipede, your creature, and as you can quite clearly see, things can get a little bit weird, especially if you mess around with the design of the creature. You are able to design the creature yourself in the sandbox editor, and you can add limbs, and then you have to add muscles to the limbs in order to make the creature actually move. As you can see, he's very, very slowly moving in the direction it's supposed to go. It's you know, it's pretty intriguing. I could also mess around with the creature, I believe. As you can see, I could change it around a little bit. Could move its limbs around. I could even add another limb if I wanted. There you go. It looks really painful, actually, watching that happen. It's like, ugh. Not for the squeamish. I believe I could then... I think you're supposed to be able to kind of add muscles to where it's relevant, but as you can see there, and then I can control the creature myself, and I lose the orange in the process. Yeah, you're a bit of a tangled abomination. What hath science wrought? I mean, you're adorable, don't get me wrong, but you are still a tangled, multi-limbed abomination. There are also popular levels, as you can see. So there's one there, we can try that out, and there's also a campaign. There's 19 pages of levels right here under popular levels, and newest levels just did it in a different way. And you can create your own, share them, and things like that. So content abound for this title, no real question about that, but the question is, how does the game play? And more to the point, what are the official levels like? Well, let us find out. So I've done the first couple of tutorials. The story is that this creature has been driven away from her tribe because a bunch of human slavers came and enslaved everyone, put them on ships and things like that. And now you're attempting to survive by making your way to the village on the other side of the island. And you have to do so by dealing with the limbs that you are being given at the time. So as you can see here, I have 2 limbs. I can also then add muscles, so if I were to click that, then I can add a muscle here or a muscle there. So there we go. That's a muscle, so that should allow me to move, in theory. And then you use the A and D keys in order to move. There we go, and I believe this is the way we want to go. Yep. So nice, easy kind of crawling going on here. Very, very basic stuff, as you can see. But later on in the levels, you can do it all sorts of things, including climbing and even flying. The levels can be done very, very quickly indeed. There's also a way to browse other solutions, try the level again, and watch your replay. It all seems to be about saving, sharing, and doing everything online and seeing what the community can come up with. And from what I can tell, they've created a pretty robust product, in the sense that it's goddamn gorgeous, for one thing. I mean, just look at it. It's got a really unique graphic style. I haven't really seen anything like that before. That's pretty new. I think the only thing was, what was it? Fortune Wins Ancient Trader, which was a kind of turn-based game that I showed you probably about 6 months ago now. It had a reasonably similar graphic style, although not quite. It is a unique one. Alright. Muscles with... I don't even See what I'm looking for here. Oh, okay. So that's the way that the muscle will move. So that's fairly useful information. All right. So as you can see, it's going to push me back there. But the question is, how do I get past there? Certainly not like that. As you can see, I'm just flailing around like an idiot right now. That's not going to get me very far. I need to try and climb up there. I may need more muscles. We shall see. What if I were to add a muscle in the opposite direction? What's that? Okay, so that's yellow. So we're going to add a muscle that goes pink. There we go. All right, so what can I do now? Well, that's what I can do. I can actually stand. There we go. What a wonderful evolution this Incredipede has had. I'm going in the wrong direction. Let's go. No, 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 no. It's learning. It's learning. It's tricky, to say the least. I might actually have to reverse the muscles by the looks of it. It seems like I can only go in this direction. No, maybe if I flipped it around. There we go. Yep. You see, now this is a physics-based game that is actually... No! Why? This is a physics-based game that's actually done right. There are other games, of course, that have not done it so well. A certain Bad Rats springs to mind. If we were to reverse the muscles there. Let's see what happens. No, I'm still moving in this direction. Doesn't mean I'm any good at... Oh, jeez. Doesn't mean I'm any good at it. That's a different matter entirely. But the game itself has some rather intriguing aspects to it. As you can see right now, I've made them... Oh. Well, there we go. There's the solution of it. It's just a case of... Oh, I could just roll under that. There we go. Sup? All is fine. And just roll under there and make my way over to the exit. So I guess that works. Don't stick on there. What's wrong with you? Please don't go off the side. There we go. It's weird. That's a very, very odd way of doing things. But hey, you know, the solution is evidently there. And that's gotten me what I need. So as long as I can just get up there into the light, and that will do it. And that's pretty much the gist of Incredipede. You can very, very clearly see that from the start. And what I would say is that it's extremely well presented, and it appears to be very, very competent at what it does. Looks like we're going to have a few extra legs this time around. So I guess we can... Well, we have no muscles yet, so we could... Let's see, where would the muscles go? Let's just try one muscle there and see how it goes. Oh, yep, this should allow me to roll forward. There we go, that should do the job. It's kind of adorable, really, isn't it? It's got a pretty sad story to start off with. It's like, oh, wow, your entire tribe was enslaved and your village was burned to the ground. That's a little bit grim, isn't it? That, and you are a multi-legged abomination that no one will ever love. And it's like, it's okay, Incredipede, we will love you for all of your flaws and faults, for you represent us in a strange, green, cartoony, multi-limbed abomination kind of way. Now, if you're going to make a game like this, then obviously a physics engine has to be extremely competent, and everything I've experienced from the game up to this point would indicate that it absolutely... I could probably make my way up here, you know. I could do it in a very, very determined manner. I could very, very slowly push my way up to the top, but I have a feeling that's not the way that you're supposed to do it. So, I'm fairly sure there are other solutions. We could just go with that again. That's gonna roll us right off the cliff, isn't it? Yes, it is! I didn't like life anyway. No one would be my friend. How sad. Let's put another muscle on there. There we go. That seems to have done the trick quite nicely. Up we go. Over the... No. Over the mushroom. Over the mushroom. It's a demented and cutesy version of Quop, I suppose. Oh, I actually somehow... I think I missed the cherries there. How did that not collect? I wonder if I've just got to push it with the head, I suppose. But the physics engine just works really, really well. It's almost like if you took the Spore creature editor and actually applied it to a real game. Ha ha ha! Ah! Actually, that was Dark Spore, but you get the idea. Alright, move the legs around with the bone foot, so I can redesign the legs. As you can see, I could probably make super long legs if I liked. And that was the solution to the level. Well, that wasn't exactly what I class as difficult. I beat that in 4.5 seconds. I can even share my creation via all of this. They're pretty smart having the whole sharing thing going on, and obviously integrating it with level design and creature design and all sorts of really cool things is a very, very smart idea. Because the biggest sticking point for this game is the fact that it's based around a single concept. It's one of those single concept physics-based puzzle games that are designed by an indie dev. And unfortunately, what generally happens with those is they've only really got kind of one thing going for them. I probably should have shortened the legs a little bit more. They've only really got one thing going for them. And if you hate the concept and the base mechanic, then you're going to hate the rest of the game, and nothing's actually going to convince you otherwise. Go on, go on. There you go. There you go. Easy. You don't need any legs anyway. All you need is willpower. So the question is a physics-based puzzle game that is just about manipulating limbs and creating weird, cutesy creatures, is that something that you would find interesting? Because that's all the game has. That's it. That's it. That's just it. Obviously, the levels are going to be more difficult, and they're going to be more interestingly designed, and you can make more elaborate creatures in order to traverse them. But is the base concept something you're interested in? And you keep, you know that you ask my opinion, and like, well, to me, no, it's not. But that's me. I don't actually like puzzle games. I think you know that. I'm not very good at them. I don't really have a huge amount of interest in them. That was not what I actually intended to do at all. You never know. I might be able to make it work. We'll see. Let's give it a shot. Oop, oop, there you go. All right, there. Not quite what I had in mind. Let's try it the other way. There we go. Whoop. See, this will very slowly. Am I standing on the spot? No. I'm getting in the right direction, sort of. There we go. Whoop. It's not something I personally am interested in. You know, I wouldn't play a game like this for any real length of time. If I was more of a puzzle guy, I probably would. If I was really into what physics can do and creature design and crazy things like that, I certainly would. I mean, this game to some degree is actually educational. Safe to say. And it's got a really great design. The aesthetic is absolutely phenomenal. It's got great music, and it does have a lot of replayability. The user-created stuff is a really, really smart addition to the game. Personally, I couldn't care less, because, again, it's not a game I would personally play, but it's not really about that, is it? This series is not about this. It's about exposing you to all sorts of different games, whether they be bad or good, and then you can figure out as to whether or not you're actually interested in doing that. And the fact that you can get into this game and then watch how everyone else did it, that's an intriguing feature. That's something that I think a lot more games need to do. It's a meta-social aspect to it, really. Well, things that... Alright. This will probably not go well. I have a feeling this is going to go horribly wrong. There we go. Grip on there. Get down there. I can probably just... Can I flip it over? Yep. There we go. Well, one way or the other, it's a really good version of QWOP, I guess, that's been put into a full game. But, of course, you have to ask yourself, well, is this what I'm after, and am I willing to pay the price for it? Now, the retail price for this is $15. Currently, this is when, at the time of the video recording, by the time you're watching this, is very well might not be the case, but it is 50% off on the GOG sale, which takes it out to $7.50, and that's regardless of where you are in the world. So you can spend your currency, and it'll convert it to dollars, and you'll hopefully get a fair price. So you're looking at maybe about €6-ish, less than £5. So to puzzle fans, this actually very well might be worth looking into, because they've achieved something really wonderful here. It's a joyous game, and yet it's also a game that's got a lot of laughs in it, even though it's mildly disturbing with the whole limb thing. Oh wow, how the hell do you get over that? I guess the lava's just gonna kill me, but let's... Yeah, I just burnt the kid's face off. I am a horrible human being. Let's try again. I think perhaps extending the limbs might be a good idea. Can I do that? I thought I could. I guess on this level just won't let you do it. Huh, how on earth would you make your way over that? Well, that's curious. That sounds like a really good time to end the video, because I can't figure that one out, at least not initially. But are you willing to pay that amount of money for a game like this? Well, it seems like it's a game that they've kind of really poured their heart and soul into. I mean, nobody can make it... Oh, wow, so you can actually burn extra limbs off in order to get across. I see how it is. Alright, fair enough. It seems like a game they've really put a hell of a lot of work into, and it impresses me. It really, really does a lot. And if you want to experience it without necessarily paying for it, they actually do have a version on their website, a Flash version. It's not the complete game, but they have a Flash version that you can play, and there's a bunch of levels there that you can try out, and that's pretty cool. Get over that, you're only slightly... Ugh. It's only third-degree burns. Good lord. I don't see why you're getting so emotional over it. And you can try it out and you can see whether or not you actually dig this kind of thing. And, you know, I want to see more games like this. Even though it's not a game that I enjoy, I want to see these developments where you could do all sorts of really crazy things, and you can get creative, and it can come up with interesting solutions to problems, and that's presented in an awesome way that allows the community to share various different levels and creature designs and fail horribly on this level for no apparent reason. To the point where, like, I really, really, really want to see the solution to that one, but looks like I'm not going to be able to do that. So, Incredipede, ladies and gentlemen, currently available on GOG. There's also a link to the website in the description below this video. You can try out the Flash version, and it is a very intriguing prospect. Also, if you want to greenlight it, you can do that. You can go to the greenlight link, it's on their website and things like that. So, this is the kind of game that I actually do think definitely deserves to be on Steam. It's a really solid, interesting physics puzzler with an amazing design, and it's very, very clear that they've poured a huge amount of work, effort, and just a little bit of soul into this game. Even if I don't like it, that's really not a problem. Objectively speaking, there's a ton of content, the physics work really, really well, and the puzzling is intriguing, and there's a huge amount of user creation involved in the content of the game, which is a positive thing. My name has been TotalBiscuit, taking a look at Incredipede, currently available on GOG, and of course direct via the author's website. I'll see you next time.